listeners learn that like I'm not a participating mom?
No,
You,
you withhold a lot of interference by you answering or prompting too much.
okay.
So
Uh-huh.
think from special education point of view. We have a prompting hierarchy.
Yes.
We shouldn't provide prompt more than they need. Okay.
Okay.
So when mom or teacher, they are so tense when somebody approach and they ask, so they give more prompt than they need. That's
Okay.
why if you are there and then
Uh-huh.
he's looking at you and then asking for help, yes, you can give a little bit of a tips.
Okay.
However, I don't want you to jump in and then just kind of she's asking this one, so answer this way. That's
Okay.
not very
I
good
see.
way.
Okay,
Yeah.
so dissect the situation for me, okay? Can you, because
Hmm.
that it is it's very typical and it's on my mind, okay?
Hmm.
So here was the situation. He was very interested in your background, this one, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. And I know why he was interested. Because you
Hmm.
have a little airplane there. Okay?
Aha! Right
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Aha.
Okay. So he said to me, why does she have this board? Like in
Hmm.
whisper, right? And I said, ask her.
Aha.
And he said, no.
Mm.
And this is a very typical situation. Like when we go
Hmm.
and look, like, let's say at firefighters' cars, right?
Hmm.
He will whisper to me, like, why do they have blah, blah, blah. But
Hmm.
then I would say, why don't you ask? And he would be like, no.
Mm.
So what would you do, my
Mm.
expert?
Right. No, that one is he's a little bit shy
Yes.
at the 4 year old. I think that's normal.
Uh huh.
We cannot push it. So best way will be you just set up a little bit. So let's ask together.
Mm-hmm.
Let's ask
Oh,
together.
that's very good. Uh huh.
Right. So you did. Oh, you had a green a back blackboard. Or
Uh
you
huh.
said that
Uh
right,
huh. Uh huh.
and then you can say him. Oh, Leo, what did you talk about the background that you are
Uh huh.
interested in?
Uh
So
huh.
then he will say maybe airplane. Okay,
Okay.
so kind of prompt that way, just
Okay.
kind of give
Uh
so
huh.
you help a little bit, and then it's almost like a accidental. You don't remember. So what
Uh
was
huh.
that?
Uh
That
huh.
type of a thing will be very helpful.
Okay. We should try it again sometime.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
If we come across such a situation, because he,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
But that was very good. So, because I didn't hear what it was, and I didn't see that was a virtual background or the
Uh-huh.
real background that I
Right.
was showing. So
Right.
I showed different one, obviously. So you corrected us,
Mm-hmm.
Leo and I. So I said, oh, that background. I didn't think about that was a virtual background there. So I showed you, and then you always tell him, let's do together. That's
Yes.
the important part.
That's
So
good. Yes, I like that.
that will give him support, emotional
Mm-hmm.
support. I'm not alone out there. So let's do it together. So you started out asking.
Uh-huh.
However, now you do it. It's not, it's sometimes a pushy. So that's why,
Right.
oh, I don't remember. Would you help me?
Uh-huh. I like that.
What was the one that you talk about that the welcome message or what was it? The
Yeah, that's
pencil?
really good. Yeah, 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 yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
So
I like
so
that.
bring that out. So
Okay.
eventually he will do. Oh, that's right. I forgot about it. But you asked about the airplane. But what was about the airplane? And then just kind of keep bringing
Yeah,
into
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. That's so
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's
Ah, you're so good.
no.
We should
I
try
mean,
it. Well,
I'm just using it in special ed
I
strategy.
know, but it's so funny, because I totally know the special ed part, but it's
Of
like
course,
my part of the brain just like switches
because
off.
I tell you, because you are mother. You are
Yes,
wearing mother's hat.
I am. It's
When
just
you're a
so
mother,
crazy.
you don't remember all of
Yes,
a sudden because we
right.
are overprotecting the child. So that's what it is. So you are perfect mom, and then you send him away as a babysitter, and then go into the classroom. You are perfect professor.
Yes,
You know
right.
very very well, but crossing is not very easy because there
It's so
is a
interesting.
yeah. yeah, maybe we have to research it.
See, that would be a really good article to like kind of write, because it's so interesting how we just forget.
Yeah.
I wonder if like well, probably nurses don't forget, or doctors. They probably know. I don't know. Or maybe they doubt themselves.
Who? Doctors?
Nurses or doctors, like if you're a nurse or if you're a doctor and you're thinking like, I think this child has this. But if it's your child, do you like
Oh yeah,
you
they
still
go.
doubt?
So, yeah, so I have several doctor, medical doctor
Uh-huh.
friends, and then
Uh-huh.
when child is sick, then yeah, definitely you know how to take care of the child,
Right.
and but it so they can be calm a little bit because they know how to handle the situation.
Mhm.
However, it goes real big issue like a child become disabled, diagnosed with something else,
Right.
then
Right.
they go
They forget too, right?
same way,
Uh-huh.
yeah, and then they running around and they don't know what to do, and even they don't trust other professionals and like that, so it happens the same way.